Hello everyone and no one. Welcome to another Rotten's Guns. This time we're testing a 40 Smith & Wesson comp on my basically abomination, some people would say, of a gun. Change the rear sight and the front sight to a fiber optic. And we're going to start with a not as loaded up Stendo magazine just for the funsies of it. And I have no idea where I'm even hitting on this thing. Why would you let the slide go forward with nothing in it, dummy? All right. Up. Oh, we're getting some nose diving with the mag. Go and give it the old, some things require the old tappy tap on the back. The hell, let's see where I'm hitting on paper, kind of. All right, I am not liking this mag. Apparently I'm not even on paper, so we'll move up. It didn't take anything, that's fun. So it's definitely low. So I'm gonna have to look into this thing of how to frickin' do it. Good Lord. All right. Even though there's like 15 rounds left in it. Now, it could be the fact that the compensator is allowing it or reducing enough for it to go backward, or not to the slide not to go back all the way. But have been having issues with that mag. So we'll go to the Glock Stendo, the 22 rounder. And duh, you left a round in there. So let's put that back in there. See if we're still having problems. Yeah, I am shooting super low. But I didn't need to change the recoil spring. This thing just almost feels a bit harsher. I mean, it still is reducing some recoil, but it needs to be reducing more up. The thing I do like about it that you can see here is that instead of having the set screws go in and try to catch on the threads, they actually just collapse this whole thing. I still like how SIG has done it on one of their 320, I think, Spectres, or how the good Lord, Radian Ramjet. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to see how on these sites I can go through and bring them down. Yeah, because this just feels like it's freaking, well, since it is reducing muzzle, it is pushing it more back. So there is that. It's just not pulling the gun forward. Pretty neat, though. Screw it. We'll go ahead and turn this so I can reload a mag with this mag and get a little more through it, because it seems like the slide's breaking in. Since it was having some problems, you know, being a brand new slide and Cerakoted. go ahead and get this whole thing and this will give me some videos, like I said, for a different video for the next couple weeks that are all going to be a bit shorter because I filmed them all at once. But this is also supposed to be because hopefully, if all goes well, I'm buying a house. I might just spend the money on some actual decent fiber optic sites for the rear. Yeah, even here. Let's go. Yeah, I am like low and left. That might be me. Heck, the best thing was to almost be doing slightly point shooting and whatnot because of having both eyes open, being like, I know vaguely how this is supposed to look over it. I'm not a whole bunch of other shooters. I'm going to have to cut that or add some more tape to that. But not bad. Pretty neat thing for a fun gun that might just get put into some other stuff or something. I don't know yet. I'm just having some fun with some things and trying out some stuff. So I'll throw in where I got it because, again, another eBay find of just because. And just for one shorter one with this, since I was having other issues, we threw the 40 Smith & Wesson slide on this one to see how it does. It looks like some other people have shown up. Let's see how we got going. Well, that was one hell of a stovepipe. Oh, it looks like they were just turning around. Okay, so that kicked out that 40 as well. Might just be that both of these slides prefer the full-size frames. That was fun. Well, yeah. Seems like this slide for the 40 Smith & Wesson and obviously the 34 slide I have, both like full-size frames. So we'll see how it goes with one G17 slide. Otherwise, I'm just going to be switching the Polymer 80 slide over to this one because I think it just runs better. So that kind of sucks. But then again, it might just be because of the barrel. I think if I got a regular barrel, I'd be fine. Okay, so this was a KT Crafts muzzle brake compensator. And honestly, like I said, I do like how a lot of them are going away from trying to have the set screws be screwed directly into the threading. There are some cool ones. I think it's like Killer Innovation or something that does the one to where it slides and it's got an actual spot that it puts in there. You've got the Radiant and I think the one from SIG that people aren't really going to buy too often because it's the set from the Spectre, their 320 series. They have the actual cutout groove into the barrel, like the Radiant does it underneath so that way it can't move. There's a few of them that do things like that. Honestly, from everything I felt on it, it did feel like it was bringing less muzzle flip and more just pushing the actual recoil more back. I did figure out how to actually raise this, so I will take this out again and see if I am being more accurate instead of being so freaking
low. Yeah, I had this thing almost bottomed out because originally this rear sight's from my G40 that never really used it. So as soon as I put an optic on it, but so far for I think it was under $40 little compensator, I haven't had to have a lighter recoil spring. The worst issue I really had was with that SMG mag. It just was not wanting to function properly. I think since it had too much mass going out below it, it just wasn't wanting to work properly. I gotta take it out and try it some more. It might also be because the Cerakote isn't fully pulled off enough for it to rack as well on this slide. But I figured have some little fun with a reviewing a compensator since most people don't. The barrel I actually won on Gunbroker. That was funny because it was actually being sold by the one gun store I go to the most for majority of my guns. So I got to just go there and pick it up in person instead of having to have it sent to me. Yeah. Like I said, I'll have to go back out there and make sure because apparently it's this little one is your actual windage and this little one up here is your elevation. I didn't know, so I had to mess around with it. So I won't be spending, $70 on just a strictly fiber optic rear sight yet, plausibly.